Hi everyone, it's Jim Gills with Win My Vote, and sorry I don't have my camera on today, but I'm not in the office and the background's not really set up for it. Today's video is how Win My Vote will get money out of elections and save democracy. So we're going to kind of illustrate this in a story. We call it the tale of two voters. So today's voter, we'll call him Voter Jim, gets his voter information booklet in the mail and flips through it, and it's not really engaging, and it doesn't tell him a lot about the candidates. As a matter of fact, it's the same voter guide that hasn't changed in over 100 years. So special interest knows this, and they know there's this voter information void, and they come rushing in with big bags of money to advertise. And they advertise on radio and on social media and on billboards and lawn signs and newspapers and TV and mailers and robocalls and you name it. Jim is bombarded, daily with political ads, and they're typically just branding. Just vote for Mr. Thompson for school board. Mr. Thompson is the way. He's the best. He's the front runner, etc. And Mr. Thompson can then pay people to hold signs behind him at a speech, and the news will cover it, and they'll refer to him as front runner and early favorite because of the amount of money that he's raising. Other media will pick up on this, and they'll put their own spin on it because they don't want to look as if they're copying another media source, and they'll say things like leads the field, and he's the clear front runner, and Thompson leading in the polls. And pretty soon everyone will know who Mr. Thompson is. But Jim's a smart voter, and he knows Mr. Thompson is buying all of this media coverage, and he also knows that money is a real problem when it comes to elections. And Jim here feels like the 99%, and he sees memes on social media all about corruption and money in elections, and he reads books about it and watches movies about it and listens to TED Talks all about it. And he can even see people marching in the streets. He can even join those people in the streets trying to get money out of elections. But at the end of the day, he's got to go vote. And when he does that, he looks at this ballot and doesn't recognize any of the names except for Mr. Thompson. So he plays it safe and votes for Mr. Thompson, and nothing changes. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in with this 11% approval rate and 96% reelection rate. So the second scenario is Jim using Win My Vote. So now he gets his ballot, and he's able to see all the candidates and all the races up and down his ballot. He can see Mr. Thompson here, but he can also see Tulsi Gabbard. He clicks on her profile, and he wants to learn a little bit more about it so he can hear what she has to say. He can do kind of a quick review here and listen to all the candidates in the race. And then when he finds the one he likes the most, he can start drilling down and reading about me sections and do a quick bio. He can click on the issues to see where this candidate stands on all the issues, and then he can drill down into each one of these issues. And since the candidate builds and manages their own profile, they can update this in real time the same way they would update their Twitter feed or Facebook page or whatever it may be. You can see here that there's social media buttons where you can see what she has to say on YouTube or Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook, whatever you want to do there. You can also see who the groups and organizations and individuals are that are endorsing her. Now, in this situation, the candidate picks these first page. These are the groups and organizations and individuals that she is featuring. But if you want, you can click here. Sorry about that. You can click here which says show only my trusted sources. And now my trusted sources are groups and organizations and individuals that you have opted into, that you have selected to see on your ballot. So for example, your friend Sarah Smith is really into politics, super smart, and you want to know, what she thinks about this race. And you can click on that, and you can see her video, and she had written a comment here, and you can say, great. You like the group Unite America, and you can click on them and hear what they have to say about this race. And then you like Joe Rogan, and you can sit here and you can watch whatever he decides to post, whether he's endorsing the candidate and that type of stuff. So you can read all these things all while you're on the candidate profile. And with that, you've decided this is my candidate, and you favorite that candidate. Now when you go back to your ballot, you'll see that she's nice and prominent in green at first position here. Mr. Thompson is still leading the race, so you want to help her out a little bit. So you share her profile on social media and tell your friends. And with a single click, your friends can go get their own free Win My Vote ballot, look at all the endorsements and do the same thing that you did and pick their favorite candidate. So now you go through and you finish filling out your ballot, and we have all of the candidates and all the races, all the propositions, all the measures, and you're all ready to go. And you click on Find My Polling Place, and now you're ready to go. So when you see your ballot here, you still see Mr. Thompson here, but you have all your favorites right there in your hand. So you go down and you select Tulsi here, and Tulsi, has won your vote. And that's how we get money out of politics. Or in this situation, you can see the voter Jim here is saying, I don't even care if money is out of politics or not. That this candidate can spend as much as they want because it doesn't matter, because I'm using Win My Vote and I'm comparing candidates side by side. We also think that this is great for candidates, and we think that when candidates don't have to sell out, they won't. That they don't like money in politics anymore than we do. So I'd be happy to demo the rest of version 1 for anyone. We're also working on version 2 and looking for some investment and strategic partners to finish that. So hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.